everyone. Today we got to play Rome. So this game is in the same world that Above and Below is on, and a bunch of other fantastic games. And so when we found this in the pile looking for Patchwork, we still haven't found yet. We found this instead, and I'm actually happy that we did.
Yeah,
So it worked out. So basically, this is a little bit of Tetris, a little bit of Smash Up, and the fact that you're trying to gain cards through area. So there's a little bit of area control to this. So it's actually a little bit of stuff in this fairly small game. So it's kind of exciting. So moving on to quality of pieces. The quality of pieces, you get standard cardboard money. And then you get wooden tokens. So each player has a different color, and that's their exploring tiles.
Cards do have a linen finish on them, and they're not too thin. They're fairly sturdy. I was happy with the cards.
Yeah, I actually really like the cards. I think they're good. They handled shuffling just fine. And then your relics that are artifacts. They're standard card. I mean they're good quality cardboard. They're fine on that. I don't think there's anything absolutely fantastic about the quality pieces, but I think it's pretty solid. Definitely better than Catan. So I think a 7 would be all right. What do you think?
I agree. 7. It's not too over the top, but it's, like I said, it's definitely better than Catan. They're nice. Everything has a nice feel to it, but at the same time, these are almost a little blah. Like they could have done something with
nothing's
the screen
wow. There's nothing wow.
Yes.
Everything's all right, good quality, but nothing wow. So I think 7 is where that's at.
Very fair.
So moving on to theme, the artwork is absolutely gorgeous.
Fantastic. Beautiful pictures.
Yeah, so if you know anything about this world, it's the same world as Above and Below and a bunch of other series of games that the designer artists have made, and I love this world. And so anytime I see one of his games, I get super excited because I want to dive in and learn more about the world that he has created. So I love the art to this. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give this an 8 because the theme is actually kind of light in this game, I feel like. You don't get to do nearly as much adventuring as some of the other games that he has created. But if you know the world, you get into the world. And so I'm at an 8 for this one. What's your thoughts?
I would agree with an 8. Like you said, as far as diving in adventuring, it's definitely much more of the area control, and the mechanics take over more there. But the art is beautiful. He's a very talented artist. I'll give that to you solid right there. So yeah, I would definitely go with an 8.
Yeah. So moving on to rules. The rules were spot on. They were short. They were sweet. It was very clear, concise. We didn't have any issue about diving in and playing. It took maybe, 10 minutes for me to read, and we were able to jump in and play.
Plus, back sheet had that really nice reference chart on what all of the pieces down here on the artifacts actually meant. So that was super handy.
Yeah, and the cheat sheets that we got, the player guides, those were perfect. I mean, as far as rule goes, top notch. I'd give it a 10 because it was super easy to be able to jump into a game, which for me actually is one of the most important things when I read rules, because I can't stand long, gruesome rules, even though I love playing complicated games. So,
right.
And the player aids were definitely there, and they were spot on, and I think that's another thing that I look for. So for me, it's a 10. What's your thoughts?
I would agree. It was, like you said, very easy, very quick. What few questions there were as you were reading through, you were able to very quickly find an answer. We were able to get right into the game. We kept the rule book over here while we were playing with the back side up so we could see the cheat sheet for all of this. Then we had our handy dandy little turn cheat sheets, and it was fantastic. There weren't really questions once we got into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, solid 10.
Yeah. So then moving on to gameplay. I've not played a game like this. This is actually cool. I'm not a big fan of area control, but I was totally okay with this in this setting. This was great. So there's definitely some unique things. So let me kind of go over it. So basically, when you first start out, you start out with three different cards, which are your different explorers, and each person has their own unique exploring pattern, I guess you could say. And then they're faced a certain way on the board. And so when they go to explore, like this person, for example, has 2 in the right column and 1 in the left. So I'm going to duplicate that somewhere on the board. Okay, and I can do it anywhere on the board as long as I'm not overhanging off the board. And you can't turn this around, so you can't have 2 on the right, 1 on the left. You can't rotate it. There is a special ability with different artifacts that allow you to do so, but standardly, that's a no-go. Then also, some of the players, they have dotted line boxes. You can choose to pay 2 coins to fill that or not. And so that helps you to get some of your tighter spaces. Because, okay, I can't have that second one because then I'd be over the board, but that doesn't matter because I didn't pay the 2 coins, so I can still fit it there. So that was super nice. So you decide on the character you're going to play, you place your pieces, you flip it over. When you want to, everything that's flipped over, you flip back, that's rested, that is one of your turns. And then, so when a card gets filled up, whoever has the most tokens on there gains that card. If there's a tie, then it begins a bidding war. So whoever ends up, you get 1 bid. The person who placed the last tile triggers it. And so whoever put the most coins wins the card. So that's pretty straightforward.
And even if you don't have enough tiles on here to actually claim the card, if you have 1 tile on there, you do get a coin for contributing to the completion of the card.
Yeah. I think that will matter a lot more when you had 4 players, where we only played with 2. We were always on cards, right? But I think with 4 players, I think that will be a lot more dramatic. Mm-hmm. And so that's pretty awesome. This is a unique game. I really liked it. It is very, very different, and I hope to play it again. So who was that designer again?
Ryan Laukat.
Well, come tell us about the game, Robert.
Hi. So, BGG rating is 7.5, which is a great score, really. Especially for a small box game like this. Designer's Ryan Laukat, but also the artist, which is pretty common for all of the red writing games he does. So, he's done like Above and Below, Near and Far, and all those. Geek Market, $75, which looks a little pricey, although this looks like a incredibly
But it is out of print, though,
but
right?
it's out of print, and the MSRP was $34.99, which is much more reasonable.
Yeah.
Especially, it looks like, with the art that you get in this. Well, although the components don't look great. But.
And it's a lot of fun, and it's a quick game, too. So for the time you spend to pull it out, you could go through 2 or 3 games and really get a lot of fun out of it.
But there are copies available on the Geek Market, but they're just $70.
Yeah, so a little pricey because I think it's such a good game. So
Bye.
Thank you. Let's give it a score. So board game, you gave it what, 7.9,
7.5, somewhere in there.
7.8. I like this a little bit more than this. For a fast-paced game like this, I'm gonna pick this over Smash Up. I'm gonna pick this over a lot of games that are close. But this is very unique and different with that Tetris aspect to it.
Right.
I think
their rating's low.
I really do too. I think it's kind of low.
I'd say this is at least a 9. It's quick setup. It's easy to understand. It's easy to explain to new people to bring them up to speed. And it's a quick play too. So you can always fit this, you could probably fit in 3 games of this real quick while you're waiting on, say, someone to go run and get dinner, or you're waiting on someone to arrive for game day or whatever. Mm-hmm. It makes it...
And it played really well at 2. So this is great for just you and your spouse, or just 2 people just, hey, let's pull out a quick game. This is nice. So I'm kind of with you on the 9. I think this is spot on. I did not anticipate this when we got this out, but now I'm super glad we did.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Well, we do have a little bit of sponsor today. By sponsor, I mean we're just trying to be awesome. Do you want to explain about what this
placement?
Is?
So, the Resilient Warrior Foundation. I'm actually involved with the foundation. So we raise funds so that we can sponsor veterans and first responders who suffered PTSD in the line of duty. So that if they want to train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we help them to find a school of their choice, and we sponsor them to start training. The reason for that is that there have been studies to show that doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in addition to conventional therapy actually does help the PTSD sufferer to respond better and faster in order to help deal with the issues. So we can be found online, www.resilientwarriorfoundation.org.
Yeah, we'll put a link down below in the comments so you can find it pretty quickly. So that's awesome work that they do. I'm super excited. I have a lot of members in my family that are military, and so it's really great to see organizations like this try to help those people that served and defended our country. So, awesome. All right. Well, we had a blast. We hope you did too, and we hope to see you guys again. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.